Hello, everybody, and welcome to All the Mods 11, episode 7, I believe. So, in between episodes, we have been quite busy, as you can see. I had a texture pack here and there, just stuff that makes it very slightly, better. The clouds look prettier, and then just some very, very smaller tweaks. The other ones you probably won't even notice. Just that way I can enjoy the game a bit more. We also have some new terrain generation mods. We have Terralith and Tectonic. They don't add any new blocks. They just use vanilla blocks and they make it look pretty. Hence why there's a giant border here, because I actually trimmed off our world. That way we could explore the new chunks easier. Um, and then also we got our full vibranium, we got a trident, and we have a bunch of new mods in this mod pack. So let's dive right in. A lot has happened since we've last seen each other. That's because I took a little bit of a break, but now we're back. So the goal for today's episode is to dive a bit into our newest, biggest tech mod called Just Dire Things. Now, our entry for this mod is actually well laid out for us. Right up here, we're going to need this goo called Primogel glue. Now, it's going to have a really interesting mechanic which I haven't really seen in many other mods, and we can upgrade it, as you can see, to 4 different tiers. We're going to get the Shadow Pulse, it's the best one. But yeah, the reason why I got this trident is that way I can just dig a little hole, and then we can launch ourselves without having to use rockets. So let's now craft up the Primogel goo, and then we are going to make the upgraded tier. Now how this works is basically the higher the tier, 1, it speeds up the process, but 2, it allows for new resources. So each goo comes with its own resource. Tier 1 comes with primal coal, or ferrocore, my bad. And then tier 2 comes with blaze gold. Tier 3 comes with celestia gem. And then tier 4 comes with, if I can find it, eclipse alloy. So even though it speeds up the process, each new tier also grants us the ability to get these new things by setting certain blocks near them. For example, the tier 1 requires an iron block next to it, and if we grab that, we have plenty. What I'm going to show you is what it's going to do. So place that there, place the goo next to it, and the goo's going to ask for a certain ingredient to feed it with. So we have to either give it rotten flesh, sugar, one of those two. So let me grab some sugar. I think I got that. There we go. And now it's going to slowly, as you can see, take over this block and eventually turn it into what we need. But that is not what we're going to do just yet, as I do want to upgrade this to bigger and better things. So, Blaze Bloom, followed up by Void Shimmer. Shoot, we're going to need some Dragon's Breath, which means that we're going to need some bottles. Might as well craft a few more while we're here, as we are going to be resummoning the Ender Dragon. And Crystal, we're going to need a lot of stuff. Now, one of the new mods that we have in here is a mod called FDB Chunks, which essentially allows us to chunk save and claim chunks. So, that's going to become quite handy, because we can set that right here, and we can open it up, and we can claim the chunk that we're in, and then force load it. So now it will, bit of lag there, but now I'll permanently load this chunk until I tell it otherwise. And while that's running, I'm going to head over to the nether and see if we can kill some ghasts for the ghast steers. Alrighty, here we go. We have our first one. We're going to try to kill it with the looting. Perfect. Any tier? No. Oh, we actually did get one. I turned on my magnet. I figured that would be easier to kill ghasts with. And let's continue looking. We're going to need 4 total. See one on my mini-map off this way, so we're going to head back over here. There it is. Come on. Okay, it's in the lava. We're going to just swoop in. There we go. We got 2 of them. Okay, let's head up. Okay, we have our another ghast right here. Oof. Don't know how I'm gonna get, there we go. And that has the 4 that we need. Of course we can't type /home. It's on a long cooldown, so sometimes what I do is I type /spawn. And then I use the waypoint that I have here to head to my house. Okay, decent amount, 18. Okay, let's see if that's everything that we need. We're gonna go boom, and what do we need? Crystals. We're gonna need 4 of these. Okay, looks like we just need some more glass, and we should be good. I'm gonna grab a furnace to double the speed. Alrighty, there we go. We should have enough now. Let's throw these crystals there. Okay, and we almost forgot our bottles. Uh-oh, where's our bottles? There it is. Let's grab a few more bottles, just like so. Okay, and killing this dragon should be pretty easy. I'm gonna grab... Oh, we don't really have rockets now, do we? Okay, we'll make do. Let's head to the end. And I already have some water here, so we can use that to launch ourselves. But what we're going to do is go like that. That's going to do the whole thing. Shoot, I do not have any food though. Yeah, did not think that one through. But let's begin destroying these crystals. We're just going to use this water to our advantage. And... any hour now. There we go. Okay. Crystal 1. Let's see how good our armor is. Pretty good. Armor's actually really good. Okay. We're breezing through this. Crystal. Then we're going to head down to this water. And then we're going to go all the way up. And we're going to get this one. And then this one, if we can make it. Perfect. And then we have another one here. Come on. Perfect. One right there. And then, did I get this tall one? I think I did. What's left? We have these 3, and that's it. Okay. So let's grab you. Then this one. Uh-oh. Quick thinking. There we go. Okay. Got that one. And we got the wee little baby one here. And now all we gotta do is kill this dragon. Oh, shoot. I almost forgot the dragon's breath. Okay, let's get him decently low, but not super low. This sword does wonders. Okay, come on. Spit your breath. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got 6. That's pretty good. Honestly, 6 should be fine. Let's just kill this guy. Got a little bit more. Okay, I think it's about a perch. There we go. I've noticed that the more damage you do, the quicker that it goes away. I don't know if that's an intended feature or not. See, look. That was so quick. I want to see if I can kill it midair, though. I feel like that'd be really cool. Let's head up. And then let's go... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's going really fast. Okay, hit it once. Hit it twice. Where's it at? So close. Come on. It's gonna perch, but we're gonna get it before it does. There we go. We got it. And... whew. Really loud. We do have the mod more dragon eggs in here, which I'm gonna have y'all take a wild guess what it might do, but it gives us multiple dragon eggs. So every time we kill the dragon, we get a new egg. There we go. And now, let's upgrade the rest of our goo. Think, we just beat Minecraft's endgame boss, all for a tiny little block of goo. Boom, Void Shimmer. And now this Shadow Pulse is going to be a slight issue. We are going to need to head to an ancient city. So let's grab our Explorer's Compass. Let's type in ancient city, and let's head there. Okay, so we are loading some new chunks now, so it's going to be a tad bit glitchy, but it seems like it's honestly right underneath this mountain, which isn't bad at all. Oh, and we got a waystone. Okay, let's dig straight down. Luckily I don't take fall damage. Come on, this ain't it. A little bit more. Dang, we were way higher up than I thought. Oh, this looks sick. Okay, we have Silk Touch on this. Let's grab our Silk Touch pickaxe. There we go. We're going to grab some of you. Let's turn our magnet on. Yeah, this ancient city looks amazing with the new biomes. Grab you, grab some Skulk. Okay, and then I think the last thing that we needed was, I'm pretty sure we just needed Shriekers and Echo Shards. Okay. Shriekers are going to be a bit harder to get. They're not as easy as sensors are, and also they're way more dangerous. I wish I could actually see one. For some reason, when I'm not looking for them, I get them everywhere, but when I am, they're nowhere to be seen. Okay, there we go. We got one, and let's hope that these chests also have our Echo Shards. Perfect, we got them. Sure, I'll take the music disc. And now we just need one more Shrieker. Come on. Well, this is kind of unfortunate. It seems like this Mantle Caves biome is mixing in with the Deep Dark, which is making it so that there's less Shriekers, which honestly could be better, but that's actually what we want. Also, Artifacts is in here. Pretty solid mod. And we got some stuff here. We just got the snowshoes, honestly. Pretty decent. Another thing, I don't know if I brought this up in between episodes or not. I dove into the Bobbly Hearts mod a bit, and that's why we have the 3 rows of hearts. Aha! Where you at? There you are. Okay, let's grab you. Let's grab an extra one. Extra one won't hurt nobody. And then we should be all set to head home. So now that we have all of this, we're going to throw it in there. And then we're going to make our Shadow Pulse goo. And then we're going to do block of, and then we're going to grab our main 3 things. We don't really have an abundant amount of netherite yet, so that's just going to be a little side project. What do we need to feed you? Oh, well, ain't that easy. We just got a bunch of that, and now we know where a lot more is if we ever need to. Okay, let's surround it with iron. I'm actually going to set it, oh, backpack upgrade. We're going to set it like that, and then we're going to go iron all around. We want this to be the most efficient it can be. Then we're going to feed it the Skulk, and as you can see, it's going super quick compared to last time. And this is going to give us our first ingredient in the mod, Ferrocore. Now this mod is, got Silk Touch. This mod is such an amazing mod. It's a logistics mod, so it doesn't specifically give you like a path forward. It gives you a bunch of little machines that you can use, like kind of how Create is, if that makes sense, where you can piece them together to do certain tasks for you. Why did I just hear Shrieker? Oh, because it ran out. Okay. So we're just going to keep grabbing this a bit. And then we're going to move on afterwards to this next thing, which is Blaze Bloom, I think it's called. We have a lot more gold in there too, thanks to our G-Ores. And, oh, I did actually find, by the way, an Ancient Debris G-Ore. Super duper rare. And they only come in a block of 1. But if we head there, I actually surrounded it in this little obsidian thing. That way I can't break it because my pickaxe breaks really freaking quickly. So we're just letting this grow. And I'm pretty sure I have a chunk loaded. Yeah, I do. So, oof. Oof. So yeah, just going to keep it there for a bit. It's not the fastest way to get netherite, but it is what it is. Okay. So, pretty good amount of ferrocore to start off with. If we type in just dire things, we can see that ferrocore has its own respective tools and armor. The just dire things tools have these abilities that you can unlock, which we might use to our advantage in a little bit. Definitely not this episode, but they are some pretty cool stuff. And if you don't have vein miner in your mod pack, there's actually a vein mining tool that you can use. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, you've already seen this process a bunch. Once we do that, we're gonna give it some diamonds now. This is where it gets good. As you can see, which with each tier, it slowly gets slower and slower because it's just going to be a harder and harder resource to get. But this is going to unlock so much for us. Now, I am able to access my crafting terminal because, oh, that's another thing. In between episodes, I hooked it up so that's wireless. So pretty good thing, but the issue is this, right? We can't access it whenever this isn't charged. Now, I don't know why it's actually not accessing right now. Oh, because I moved my system. Let's do that. Okay, yeah, it was just linked to my old one, but now we're able to access it. But that doesn't ignore the issue that we had, and that is the fact that whenever this does run out of juice, we don't really have a good way of charging it. I mean, we used the energized power. I dove into that a little bit to get the um, solar panels, but the inventory, it's so tedious to use. It's so obnoxious. I can't even lie. Like, I wish that they made it better, but this mod has a way easier inventory generator, which we're going to use to our advantage. So, luckily enough for us, it is just basic ferrocore, which is our tier 1 if you remember correctly. So we're going to grab some blast furnaces, place them all right here, and then we're going to grab that, go like this, and we're going to put ferrocore there, blaze gold there, and then celestia gems. Oh, that's right, celestia gems don't need to be smelted. That's good to know. So we don't need to worry about that. Okay. So while we have our blaze gold up and running, I'm going to figure out the stuff that we need. We're going to go just dire things. There is actually a portal gun. Yeah, you heard me correctly. It essentially works like how waystones are, but we can't dive into that just yet, as we're going to need some portal fluid, and I don't want to dive into all that today. So we're just going to do our basic stuff. I really want to get a coal generator because there's no solid like basic generators in this mod pack. So we're going to grab that just to keep on us. That way we can charge our gadgets, our gizmos, whatever we want to put. And I'm pretty sure it works with other mods. Oh, okay. So if we, okay, I'm trying to figure this all out. So essentially, this will supply the power. It doesn't act as a simple charger though. We're going to need something to charge the stuff, and that's the issue because the only stuff here really is either Ender IO, which I'm not too good at, or the Energized Power, which doesn't let you use stuff from other mods. It has to be its own stuff. Kind of rough, but it is what it is. Okay, Pocket Generator. This is what we want. Let's grab some of these bad boys. And then there we go. And another amazing thing that we can do with this now is we can, with the Ferrocore, we can grab a fuel canister, which is one of my favorite things of this mod personally, because with a fuel canister, if I can grab it, there we go, we can essentially load all of our fuel items, for example, the coals and anything like that, and it'll run a calculation to base how much is in there. So we can store basically unlimited fuel if we wanted to. So let's say we want to throw some logs in there, then we just get more, and we can see how much it smelts and the cook time and ticks. So we can currently smelt 9,500 items with just this little fuel canister. So if we wanted to replace it, we would just simply put it right there in the bottom, and it will essentially act as coal, and that number will go down. Pretty nice. Okay, let's see, what else can we tinker with? Oh, we have better farmlands. Now, how I go upon that, I can't remember too well. Um, I think we just use the specific hoe of the tier. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab this. So Celestia Gem tier does require energy, same with the Eclipse alloy. So how we're going to charge that, we can use our pocket generator. And does it work with a fuel canister, theoretically speaking? Uh, okay, that's a little bug. Um, so don't be putting your fuel canister in there. We just wasted all of that. But let's grab this. Let's grab some coal. There we go. Now let's throw this in our pocket generator. So now it's going to automatically charge stuff in our inventory, which is amazing. And then if we use the hoe, there we go. On grass, we get the certain tier of soil. And what I think this does is it just makes crops grow faster. So that's good to have. If I type in soil, we can see that there's some 3 times growth at night. Dang. Okay, this is pretty good. Um, but I do think that the Shadow Pulse is going to be eventually worth it. How much netherite do we have? Ooh, okay. We can do 1 Shadow Pulse. The rest, we're just going to have to wait until we find a better source for netherite. But let's see what this looks like. I haven't done this in a while with the mod packs. Let's hope that it gives us a lot. I really doubt it, but the fact that we're spending this 9 netherite for a hoe, pretty funny. Ooh, I just realized something. There's an upgrade. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's an upgrade which allows us on these pickaxes to mine really big amounts of stuff. If we type in just dire things, we can see, well, one, there's an insta break option, that's great, but we can do the hammer option and we can make it 7x7. It depends on the tool or on the tool. So if we do it on an Eclipse alloy, which we can also make a Paxel out of conveniently, this will give us the 7x7. But we're not going to do that. We want a hoe. And oh my gosh, can I not just craft a hoe? An Eclipse alloy hoe? Okay, good. I did not want to spend all of that using the upgrade templates. Definitely not worth it. So now, yep, that's what we want. Okay, so all of this, and we got some new soil. Pretty nice. Um, I know I keep saying I'm going to build, but actually a new update has came out as we speak, and I'm going to go quickly see what it adds. So we are currently on version 0.0.9, but 0.0.10 adds power, which is a power generation mod. That's going to be good. Guide me, which is essentially like a guide for A2 and stuff when it eventually comes in. Deep Null, which I think is like the Dank mod where you can like have sort of unique backpacks. And then finally, the most important one, which I've been waiting to build for, Chisel. The Chisel mod, Chisel 3. So we're going to be able to decorate with a bunch of different variants, and the main reason why I was waiting for that is because I was doing some tinkering, and sure you can do some pretty good gradients in vanilla, but let's be honest, this right here, without some variation to it, it looks decent, but it's just not there. And I did change my mind. I don't think we're going to do a big old mega base to start with. I don't think that's going to be healthy. I'm already getting a decent amount of burnout, to be honest. That's why I took the break. So I think we're just going to start with our village area or something, and then we'll go from there and then expand. So, if you guys did enjoy this episode where we dived into just dire things, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really does help out. And I will see you guys all in episode 8. Goodbye.